My name is Olivia. Every morning, I wake up very early because there is always so much to do. When my alarm rings, I don't have time to lie in bed. I jump up quickly to start my busy day. I need to prepare breakfast since my family is waiting. I cook eggs and toast, brew some coffee, and set everything on the table, while my husband, Daniel, and our child, Max, enjoy their meal. I manage to eat just a little, as I must move on to the next task. After breakfast, I wash the dishes. The sink is piled high with plates and cups, so I clean them as fast as I can. Then I sweep the floor to pick up stray crumbs and mop the kitchen until it shines. Even though the floor is clean, there is still more work ahead. I head to the laundry room to gather the dirty clothes and load them into the washing machine. After adding soap and starting the cycle, I go to the living room. There, papers and books lie scattered on the table, so I tidy everything up. When the washing machine stops, I move the wet clothes into the dryer and then return to the kitchen, where I find the trash overflowing. I replace the bag, take it outside, and throw the garbage away before coming back in. Just then, my phone rings. It's my friend Zoe asking if I want to go for a coffee. I tell her I can't because I have too many things to do. She teases, "You are always so busy," and although I laugh a bit, I know she's right. Next, I move to the bedrooms. The beds are unmade, so I straighten the blankets, arrange the pillows, and clean the nightstands. Although the room looks better, my back starts to ache a little, but I push the pain aside because there's no time to rest. Checking the clock, I see it is nearly noon, so I head back to the kitchen to prepare lunch. I gather the ingredients, chop vegetables, and boil water until the meal is ready. After my family eats, I clear the table, wash more dishes, and continue cleaning. Soon after lunch, I hear the dryer beep. The clothes are done. I take them out, fold the shirts and pants, and put everything away in the closets. The day is far from over. More tasks still await me. The doorbell rings, and my neighbor, Claire, asks, "Olivia, can you help me with something?" Although I am pressed for time, I agree and help her carry some bags. Once I return home, my head begins to hurt. I drink a glass of water, but the pain lingers as I look at my long to-do list. Even though I feel exhausted, I must keep going because my family needs clean clothes, food, and a tidy home. Back in the kitchen, I face another sink full of dishes. I start washing them. The warm water and fresh soap offer a brief comfort, but suddenly my hands feel weak, and I almost drop a plate. My heart races, and I take a deep breath, wishing I could sit for just a moment. Yet, the floor still needs mopping. I grab the mop and clean the floor, even though my arms are heavy and my head aches. I then go to the living room where toys and shoes are scattered all around. I pick them up, and even as my back begins to hurt, I refuse to stop. At 3 p.m., I realize I must prepare dinner soon. Before that, I have one more chore: putting a basket full of clothes into the closets. As I walk to the bedroom, my legs suddenly feel weak and the basket falls, scattering clothes everywhere. I try to pick them up, but my arms are too tired. I sit on the bed, my heart pounding rapidly. The phone rings again. Zoe is calling. When she asks, "Olivia, are you okay?" my voice sounds faint as I reply, "I'm just busy." She worries, "You don't sound well." I try to stand, but my head spins and I feel dizzy. So I sit back down. At that moment, my husband, Daniel, arrives home. Seeing me on the bed, he asks with concern, "Olivia, what's wrong?" I shake my head and say I just need a minute to rest. He sits next to me and remarks, "You never take any breaks." I want to argue, but I'm too tired. Then Max comes in asking, "Mom, can you help me with my homework?" I open my mouth to agree, but the pain in my head forces me to pause. Daniel gently tells me, "Olivia, you're not okay." I try once more to stand, but my legs still fail me. Daniel holds my arm, insisting that I see a doctor. I protest, saying I only need to finish a few things. But he shakes his head, "There is no time for more work." The room feels hot, my heart beats fast, and my hands feel cold. I close my eyes briefly, and Daniel calls a doctor on the phone, explaining, "My wife isn't feeling well, she is very tired, and her stomach feels tight." He helps me to stand, and despite my weak legs and racing heart, we head to the clinic. In the car, I hope that a little sleep will ease the pain in my chest. But it only remains tight. At the clinic, a nurse sees me and asks if I'm okay. I try to speak, but my throat is dry. So Daniel answers, noticing how weak I am and that my heart is beating too quickly. The nurse leads me to a small room to lie down. She checks my pulse, asks if I feel dizzy or have any pain, and I nod. She writes down some notes and tells me to wait for the doctor.